1.
They gave me the busted microphone that is way too silent.
And with that, welcome to the live stream for, I almost said the Friday live stream for Rift, but as you know...
It's Friday. Oh my God, it's Friday. I was supposed to take Friday off.
It is not,
No. It's Wednesday, and we're here early for 2 reasons. 1, because Storm Legion just went live on Rift, and 2, because we're going to do Twitch drops today, and this is the day we picked for it.
Yes.
So... Yes, what?
And I'm here too.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we have
Okay, so
guest.
that's why we're 4 minutes late. We just about
walking down the hall.
we gave Morgana a bit of a heart attack when we slid Darkmoon in here just at the last second. And why is she here? Because she did a lot of work on the original
Yes.
Storm Legion.
And reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. I hear some people
So
worried
far,
that they hadn't
so
seen me,
far.
but I'm alive and I'm kicking, and I'm here today with
Wait,
this
they
crazy
thought you were
guy.
dead?
I don't know.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Okay, so because we're going to have the Twitch drops a little later in the stream, we want to... I guess we should have introduced ourselves. Sorry. Wednesday, I'm out of practice on this. I know we have name tags. Fine, that's good enough. Good enough. Okay, you know who we are, right?
You know who we are.
Okay, so for the Twitch drops, you need to make sure that you go to your Glyph account management. All right. Oh, and there's CM Morgana right now. I thought she was going behind us to stab us in the necks because we probably deserve it by now. And unfortunately, we can't show it on the screen, but it is a remarkably simple process. Right now, go to your Glyph account, log in, and then you can see there's a strip across the top. One of them says account. If you click on that, you'll get a list that will appear. That will include linking accounts. And there's only 3 things you can link to: Xbox, PlayStation, and Twitch. So that should be pretty easy for you to do. Link your accounts, and then later on the stream, when we do the Twitch drops, we will be ready to roll. All right? Okay, so how's it going?
It's going. I think we're gonna take a little trip down memory lane.
We are.
To Paladin.
We announced that the patch might be 6 hours. Luckily, we came in well under that, so everybody should be busily playing in game right now.
Were.
Yeah, right away.
And then I spied on them. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, Morgana right now is trying to get the other system ready so that we can show you some stuff around. And yeah, happy birthday, Rough Raptors. It's
Happy
all
birthday,
good.
Rough Raptors.
Yep, always.
All the time. All right, so Darkmoon, when did you become involved in the Storm Legion expansion?
Oh, gee.
You don't even remember what year it was, dude. I know.
From the beginning. Everything between 2009 and now is kind of a blur. But what was it? What was that? 2012? When did we?
The expansion?
I think 2013, something like that. I don't know. You guys got to understand.
It's a quiz for you guys. I bet you guys remember it better than anybody here.
No, because it was
like
a
one
fresh
project
bit
just
of
rolls
stress.
into the other, right?
We were. Sorry.
I was gonna say we went from like Ember Isle, and then at that point we started. At least that's when I got involved in Storm Legion.
That's
and
right.
And you and I were tasked with
Do a starter zone.
do 2.
No. Do a starter zone.
That's right.
And they said, okay. We're looking at everything. We're gonna have to scope this project, so do 2 starter zones.
Yeah, we gotta scope it down from Anyway, game design.
Hey!
Rolling from one thing to the next.
Yes. So we knew we wanted to talk about Crucia, right?
Yeah, we wanted to do a Crucia thing, and so it was like, let's do a World War II movie, but as a zone.
Yes.
And so that was kind of the idea of Paladin.
Yep.
And then I think you helped to structure it.
Yeah, and I remember art meetings where we said we wanted it to be kind of like a Icelandic but not snowy, like that kind of sort of atmosphere.
That's where all the gray rocks came from, and the storms. And then I remember we drew out a number of things. We still have those like bar napkins.
Yes.
With it on it.
Yes.
And it used to be connected to Tempest Bay.
Oh,
when
yes,
we first
yes. Tempest Bay was originally going to be just
Rotolio.
It was right there. Yeah. And then we ended up. Oh yeah, Tulio. Yeah. We ended up making Tulio.
Toldio. Toldio Retreat.
Yes.
When you started working on the Kingdom of Peladane, I mean, what did you model the cities after? I mean, you talked about making this a World War II movie. Was it supposed to resemble a bunch of
So things tend to go on
tangents?
Journeys.
Journeys.
So we had initially started wanting to have it be an exotic land, and things were starting to look very Chinese. And then we determined that every game that made kind of the Asia Land expansion tended to fold at that moment afterwards. So we're like, let's not do that.
So as not to jinx the game?
Not to jinx the game.
You guys are that superstitious?
I forgot about that.
I think it's more of a business case.
Okay.
That those expansions don't do well. So we switched over and we had it be more, and it makes there's a very thin line between it, but more of an Italian thing or something for an empire.
Oh, yeah, well, it's...
and that's what changed.
Yes, I believe the language basis was Esperanto.
Esperanto.
Yes, Esperanto. Thank you.
Really?
That's what all the names are. If you actually take it to an Esperanto translator, you'll find weird but very simple translations of everything.
So did you guys learn Esperanto to do this
I
expansion?
have to learn languages. I have Google Translate.
Oh yes, because that never goes wrong.
What? I could learn Esperanto and then have a conversation with William Shatner? Come on!
So now what we're going to do is I'd like to switch to the other screen so we can show folks directly how we can... Okay, so Captain Cursor, this is my account. You can see it logged in as L. Carlson. Okay, so...
Ooh, can I buy something?
No, you can't.
Can I buy some credits?
No, I have no money on my dev account. All my money's on my play account, and you're sure as heck not getting that login.
No.
But this is how you link your account. Please go to where it says account. Look at the drop down. I want you guys all to do this while we're talking here. And then go down to account linking, not change password. Thanks very much. And there it is, connect with Twitch. So all you're going to have to do, you can click on that. And again, my Twitch channel is actually... No, because my Twitch login, Brass Dwarf, is... Wow! We have the biggest troll in the universe right here. Okay, so anyway, but that's all you have to do, and that way you can get your very own raiment of the Storm Queen. And I'm kind of disappointed that Captain Cursor, while he came wearing a really cool shirt, he didn't come in the raiment of the Storm Queen because I just want to see how I'm literally demonstrating how this thing fits.
Do you have enough metal to make that
for your giant moobs? Is that what you're saying?
Man body, I'm half ogre!
Okay. All right, so Captain Cursor, let's switch now to the game.
Woohoo!
Which means just shut that stuff down.
So we were tasked with making these 2 starter zones for Storm Legion, and Duskin and Bravane had already been mostly complete, like they had been mostly planned out at that point.
Out, and they were like almost, they were at a certain point. I want to say almost done because there was a lot of work left.
But
they were.
The outline was there, and we knew that we needed to basically bring people up to speed with the story of Eternal City and
provide a bridge between the old world stories and the new world ones.
Oh, you're not modeling it either.
All this talk about your shirt, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Guardians rock.
Science are better.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
What, they have a problem with
We're going to have a real throwdown here.
Guardians shirt?
So also, Storm Shadow says, you can't say moobs, it takes men's rights back 3,000 years. You're welcome. Anyway,
I don't care.
All right, could we now switch back to the game?
I can't go there.
You can't go there?
Oh no, you have to talk. I don't have. I don't have a thing.
Oh, you don't have. Hey, what are you wearing?
You gotta
what am I wearing?
Yeah.
I'm wearing. I used wardrobe to kind of make myself look like a dwarf 40K.
That's really
because
nice.
I'm playing the tactician.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Oh my God! Let's go to Duskin.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I had spec'd out a cleric with the Runes Haper because I really like that class, and I was going to play that. And I'm like, it's all about Storm Legion, so I want to play a Storm Legion class. And so I remade a rogue because my favorite Storm Legion class is the Tactician because I feel like I'm fighting with the weapon that Zorg gives or tries to sell those aliens in Fifth Element.
It reminds me
And
again
that's been my favorite.
how far this game has come and how much time has passed too, because I remember when this came out as well, and it seems like centuries ago now.
Yeah.
Just to give context, when I started working here, my son was not even yet in kindergarten, and now he is a sophomore in high school.
Wow.
It's terrifying.
Oh God, yes, we're feeling super.
You want to feel old?
Makes us all feel old. Yep.
Oh, I love this
Yep,
place.
yep,
I
yep.
love this place.
Yep. And I don't know if anyone who watched the anniversary stream, right, might remember my original drawing of what I wanted Farrah Harbor to be.
Oh yes.
Where it's all it's total designer
That was
art,
hilarious.
where I'm like, this is here, and there's a thing here, and then the artists take that and make it into something actually.
They do. We did remember, was it this or was it Kate Jewel where we gave it and one of the artists drew it up and then we took both of all the stages and we did it for an art show that we were having downstairs in the lobby or something?
Something like that.
So when I was reading up on some of the lore for Storm Legion, one of the things I discovered, this was just before we released Exodus of the Storm Queen on Prime. What was that, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? And it said that Regulus himself was afraid of Crucia. Now, why would that be?
Because she's a better tactician than he is.
Oh.
She has plans. And while his plan might be, I'm going to kill everyone and raise them, he knows that she might find a way to use that against him. So.
And okay, so I have some questions about Crucia herself, and you can travel around the zones and maybe show us some more stuff. When was Crucia born? How old is she compared to the other gods?
To the other dragons, she is the second oldest.
Second oldest, really?
Yes, Regulus is the oldest. She's second. And then there was Maelforge and Lathus. And then little baby Greenscale, the chubby little baby.
Who are their parents? Where'd they come from?
Asda was the Ouroboros that circles the universe, and she is a Rhizar, much like Drom was. And she took 5 different lovers, and based on what each of them were, that explains the differences in the dragons.
Interesting. So who was her sire?
Who was
Crucia's sire? Yeah.
That is something we would have to find out, but a powerful force of air.
Oh, I totally want to
actually name it yet.
Oh,
And I'm
sorry.
waiting until it matters, and then I will come up with something that is relevant to the expansion that they're playing.
Yep.
Okay. All right. It's relevant now.
Oh, wait, did I say that out loud?
It's okay.
Okay. Does Crucia herself have any offspring?
Yes. In Vostigar, she sacrificed them
Really?
for power.
She had kids and she sacrificed them for power.
Yeah.
Just like me. Wow.
I mean, if you want power, you have to make a sacrifice. And the amount of power that you get through such magical things depends upon how much you sacrifice for it. That is the rule of magic.
People want to know, what about Tassowheel? He's a dragon. Where does he fit in?
Those were not the only
Yes.
children that Asda had.
Yeah. Now, is Dendrum releasing with this?
Dendrum is not open now. 'Cause
Okay.
It wasn't open.
Okay, because we also worked on
So
Dendrum.
We also did work on Dendrum.
Yep.
Storm Shadows says hasn't gotten his mount from the Dimension contest or Eternal Bundle and 30-day patron from the post-summer screenshot
I will
contest.
write a story about that.
I will get back to you on that after the stream, right after the stream. Okay, there we go. Mizuki Ayo says she ends up with the Ascended solution. She's clearly smart enough to kill Ascended.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Silver mentions in the Death Arc that death isn't as effective against air because air is ephemeral. Intriguing. This is really interesting. Sona Moena says, I'm Crucia's #1 fan. Best dragon ever. And I don't mean that silly flesh bag version either.
Of course. Of course.
No.
It's hard to represent in the game with Maila, but I expect that she ends up hating that form more and more each night, especially
The
even
fleshly
though,
version?
Yeah, the fleshy version. Even though that meat suit is very popular with her troops, I don't think she much cares for it at all.
Yeah, the Mecha Crucia is just so incredibly stylistically elevated over that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Mizuki Ayu, speaking of other dragons, I miss Lathis. I'm sad she got so little screen time.
Well,
We should totally have a play.
there was slightly. So there. This is a funny story.
Oh,
Fun
funny
fact.
story. Okay.
Fun fact: the Ascended in Prime have not killed Lathis. There was, just due to the way the schedule worked out, that raid got released late. No one managed to get in there and actually kill her. So technically, she's still around. So that means that one chronicle where Lathis is still alive and took over and conquered Talara is now canon. And then after I realized that and was giggling over it, I got a bug from QA saying that this one chronicle was still on and you could access it and was never turned off.
Oh my
and
God.
I just clicked will not fix. And so when you hit 60, that's available because Lathis was never killed and she needed some more screen time.
Lathis lives.
That is really awesome. Yes, I also agree with whoever that was in the chat there that said that we need a Lathis power pack soon. That'd be amazing. Okay, so
Wouldn't that be just a bunch of gold that you kind of surf on?
it might well be, or it might have a really plumpy gold dragon. That would be super cool. That poops gold as you run around.
I have Lathis trauma. I tested her.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Off screen, you can hear CM Morgana.
I'm gonna die.
At the time, as she typed earlier in chat, she was on the QA team at the time that Storm Legion was brought out.
So making Lathis originally, the idea for what she was going to be just one of the mini bosses, and then one of the artists was spoke up and said, "Hey, this is the most original idea we have in all this. Why are we spending it on some like mid-level boss or something? Let's just make that Lathis." And everyone was like, "Yes."
Yep. I remember, I think we were sitting, gosh, this is before, yeah.
This
I remember,
was before Ember Isle.
right, I remember sitting in what used to be the lore cave with you and Morgan, and we
Yeah.
were talking about like, you know what, if we ever make a Lathis fight, you know what it would be really cool if like you enter her treasure room and then all of a sudden the treasure like comes together and it forms the dragon. And we all went, yes, that's exactly what we're going to do when we make Lathis, because that's amazing.
Wow.
But that was one of the earliest things that I remember talking about.
Because everyone always thinks of going to the dragon's treasure room and getting gold, and you just want to like in an MMO, that's just like an object that you can't interact with for the most part, and this way you can't like scoop it up into your bag while waiting to pull the dragon.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, what if when we make her and she just forms out of it, have the piles sitting around that go away when she forms, and then you don't get the treasure until you kill her.
Yeah.
Right. Seshatar wants to know, when and where do your Twitch drops show up? They'll show up soon. I honestly don't know what they look. Can you explain what they look like on the screen when they happen, Morgana? No, she doesn't know either. I know we've done these before. We've done them for Trove. This is the first time we've done them for Rift.
So what happens is you might get a little notification, but there's a little bit of a back-end weirdness right now. So even if you don't get a notification, if you watch at least 15 minutes, you will get your items after the stream. It is my responsibility to take care of that today.
Right.
I will not fail you.
So what you're saying is secret Twitch drops.
Yo!
So
Secret bonus Twitch drops.
in less than half an hour, we'll pull it at approximately 2:45 Pacific time. And Salvatrix says, fun fact, the Lathis mount drops in Intrepid Dungeons on Prime. I want one. I am afraid that I spend so much time smelling the flowers on Prime that I cannot do Intrepid Dungeons yet. I'm so embarrassed at myself. I just have way too much time just exploring. Oh, sorry, Infernal Dawn. Thank you, Mizuki. Anyhow, so I want to know a little bit more about the storyline. When I came to the Storm Legion expansion, most of my friends have already gone through it. And so what is the storyline? Like, can you show us the map and where you start?
Sure.
After you finish killing off this thing.
This guy is so Anyway, so you start here at the Kingdom of Peladane. You're kind of dumped out here into Ferric Harbor, which has like the wreck of the Lysini Navy. So the Storm Legion had landed in their main functioning kingdom, and they kicked them out. And so they some of them fled towards their colony here in Cape Jewel.
Okay.
They had maintained this ancient city that they took over, Tempest Bay, and many of them fled there. But then that's when Maila went across the sea to get help from the Mythosians, who contact had been lost with since the seas were unavailable due to Achilleos. Just kind of, did I skip something? No, I'm supposed to be here.
Are you supposed to be there?
No,
Where are you?
I think I went too
Did you
far.
get lost?
I
I
did.
think you need to go up on the other side.
It's hard to
So
talk
she,
and chew bubble gum at the same time.
She went and got help to fight Crucia, whose Storm Legion had been much more active than in the other lands. Or am I supposed to go there? I'm lost in my own content.
Confirmed.
Where are you
Lost
trying,
within his own content.
Oh,
trying
here
to
we go,
confront
here we
Crucia?
go.
Okay.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
All
That
right.
was just other stuff. I'm supposed to go here.
See, that's the thing. Like we
Well, when I'm talking, I get confused.
it's a walk and chew gum thing.
Anyway, so the she brings the Ascended here, and then Crucia, it kind of met up with her plans, broke out of her prison under the Iron Pine Lake, because she was imprisoned in ice there. And that is what the Exodus of the Storm Queen dungeon kind of explains. And that was one of the decisions we made for Storm Legion, is that we wanted to do some kind of content, probably a dungeon, and that's what it became, that explained Crucia leaving. And we did it as a dungeon because we generally had more of an animation budget for things like a dungeon. So we gave that bit of story to tell. We built the live story with the Endeavor to kind of go around that, and then we did Storm Legion. And one of the big differences between the Storm Legion on Prime and the Storm Legion that we originally did is that no one is sitting here in chat going, "How do you get there? How 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 do you get there?" Because we just put it into a teleporter, and the Lysini bastards it just teleported you. Before you had to complete an entire quest line. And that was one of the things we learned, that it's when a new expansion is out, people just want to get to the new stuff.
Yes.
And even if
Do
you
not
spend a
delay
lot
me
of time-
behind having to read stuff.
not even read stuff, watch stuff, complete stuff, do stuff. You just want to get to the new place. And so that's why there was a lot less fanfare in-game to get to Nightmare Tide. Because we just said, you hop in the teleporter and you're there.
Gotcha. Okay, so what is your quest? Like, as you're progressing through Storm Legion?
Stop Crucia.
Thanks. That's okay. We're done for the week. That's great.
No. You want to progress.
Yeah.
The TLDR.
Sure.
Crucia. Also, stop Regulos, because he'll turn everything into big meat lands.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No,
Like
you-
the pus swamp.
Smelly, nasty
Yeah.
meat
But
lands.
then there's other things that pop up, new threats like the Alchemists of Brevane with Salvarola, who is totally legit when you first meet him.
Yes.
Totally.
Totally legit.
Nibora, yes, the quest lines will be the same as on live. This is a relaunch.
Yes. Also, we didn't want to spend our time redoing everything. So, it is. Here we go. Plant my flag.
I'm curious how Crucia managed to recruit so many people who are obviously meatbags, and she's very mech-oriented.
How many players have said, "Oh my God, I love Crucia. She is the best."
Yes.
Is that why?
I would say that is probably similar.
All right. A couple more super easy questions. What's Crucia's favorite color? In case somebody wants
silver.
to. Okay. What's your favorite food?
Crushing people's hopes and dreams.
And slurping them up.
Tears of the mortals.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she eats lots of Ascended.
No, actually, Ascended probably tastes terrible to her.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
They're like filthy worms.
Because they're all
the
filled
magical-
with divine energy or reconstituted divine energy. Where's the healer?
where is the
That's
healer?
a great question.
That's probably my fault.
That you
I
failed
think
to
I
put the healer in?
put them down all the place, and I said, you don't need a healer every single place. Just walk a little bit further. God.
Oh, sure.
Oh, here come I love those, the electrical catapults. I remember setting those up.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We can help. We can do it together.
It is super cool. So, what level is this area designed for those who have not had the pleasure of
Level
doing
50.
Storm Legion? Level
Although
50.
technically you
And-
could do it at level 48, but Storm Legion was really tuned to be a brick wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I think it's less hitty than it was
Less
originally.
what? Less.
It's less of a punch in the nose.
Did you say hitty?
He said hitty.
Hitty. Oh, okay.
Brutal,
okay.
I think
It's
he
less
meant.
brutal. It's less brutal.
I'm learning new terminology all the time.
These are not terminology. These are just isms. Terminology would imply that other people understand what the heck I'm saying.
I see.
So you can do it at 48. That would work.
And with the launch of Storm Legion, people can now get to level 60 on Prime. Right?
Yes.
I would assume.
That is true.
And I am really curious how many minutes it'll take the first person to hit 60.
Storm Legion. Storm Legion was a climb intentionally. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of space to cover because these were big zones, and we were going to have 2 more zones or 3 more zones. The reason that there's this big empty area and this big empty area is there was a zone here, and there was a zone here, and then there was a zone here called Tarkin. And then we looked at our schedule and we said, oh my God, we're not going to finish that until 2020.
Yep.
And so we...
So Tarkin appeared later.
It did. And some of the ideas got recycled. And
Yep.
the name got recycled. And other stuff got it, like the architects were originally made for Amber Grotto. And
Yep.
we found ways to reincorporate them into the story.
Yep.
And
So
then there was a whole bit up here, a fire area. Oh, what was that called? I can't remember.
Ashen something.
Ashen's, yes.
Yeah,
Ashen something. And
yeah.
then that got reused in places down here, at least some of the idea. Oh, and the little part, that one little fire part right there.
Okay.
Well, and originally, Cape Jewel was going to be Cape Shade. We
was
were
gonna be
we
Cape
were we
Shade.
were going to make it. It was more death themed than life themed
Exactly.
originally, because that was going to focus more on Regulos, while this area focused on Crucia. And this was the introduction of the mech dragon,
Right. God,
which
that's
was
so
new for
pretty.
Storm
Iron
Legion.
Dragon.
Yeah, the Iron Dragon.
Absolutely gorgeous. So do you find that when you're working on game design that feature creep is the biggest danger because you have so many stories to tell? And
My job is to make feature.
is that why you were voted least popular dev for 4 years in a row by the rest of the people on your
It
team?
possibly could be, but that's my job, is to feature creep everything up front, and then we cut
Yes.
back down, and then I just have to tape everything together and make sure it all still like hangs as a coherent thing.
And then put the rest all into little books and put them on the shelf in
Yes.
time for the next content
Sometimes.
updates.
Sometimes if I have time. Oftentimes by that point I'm angry at it.
So
Yeah.
Salvatrix must be responding to a question about using this as a mount. It says, Mech Dragon mount does exist.
I was gonna say, I was pretty sure that.
pretty sure it
Is it a
does.
Mech Dragon mount, Salvatrix, or is it a Crucia mount?
Yeah. We'll have to look into that.
Oh,
But
I
agree
can
it's-
show you. I can show it to you.
Oh, good.
I have to hop on my other character.
All right, we'll totally do that.
Let me kill this bad boy.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks to when I
See,
actually.
Salvatrix says the Crucia one went on sale today. Cool.
Oh.
Yes, I'd love to see that.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I put those packs up on Steam.
Woo! And Sono.
Yeah.
I have my Crucia mount already, obviously. Well, yes, if you're Crucia's #1 fan, then
Yes.
that's got to be a priority for you.
Well, tactician, I love this finisher. Bam, 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 bam.
Okay, once you're finished showing off your overpowered skills.
Oh, I am not overpowered.
Oh, no?
This is probably a terrible build for doing this. I just like having flamethrowers to kill things with fire.
Meanwhile, I'm having flashbacks to. So a little bit of insight into MMO game development is for early quests that are early on in a new expansion or at the first zone of a game. It's really important that you account for. You could have one person doing this, or you could have 50 people doing this, and that can lead to having to cleverly script some of these encounters to make sure that the most amount of people possible for participation will be able to. He's going to show us the mount. Cape Jewel will be able to get credit and not end up stuck. So I just suddenly had flashbacks to that encounter there with the Iron Dragon and the Storm Legion coming in, and how there were many iterations of that to make it feel good.
Yeah.
With varied
that
amounts
was
of people.
our vertical slice that we made.
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha.
To kind of show off and to get everything going, because since it was the beginning of it, everything had to be really managed, and it's only later in the game that.
Oh, there she is.
So this is the mount that was just released today?
Yes, I think.
So
It's a Crucia mecha mount.
It is. It's gorgeous, and I admit I have not had time to log in yet today. I'd like to do that as soon as everybody will just leave me the heck alone and stop coming around to my cube and telling me to do stuff. Yukiyami wants to know, how long was it between the Bloodstorm landing on Talara and Crucia and Regulus, I guess, moving Reggie moving on to Mythosia?
Brevane and Duskin fell pretty quickly, and I think they stayed there for a few centuries, but then they came searching for everyone who fled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy Roller says the mech mount isn't on either version store or on the website. It's the live version only pack. Gotcha. I really need to get these packs listed and get some pictures of all of the items and stick them up.
Uh-oh.
Are you busily getting killed?
Nope.
Maybe
Run.
Oh dear.
Run. Heal. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't get any healing potions.
Okay. Good. Yeah, there you go. This guy's just kind of.
Okay.
Hey, that's a good point. Actually, if CM Morgana can pull up the Extra Life page for Tryon Worlds and just copy the
I'm gonna have
link
some breakfast.
into the chat.
Dwarven breakfast.
Muggsykins wants to know, can you give us an idea about what is planned for Rift for Extra Life stream? I'm wondering if Elfink and Brass will be on it. Well, it all depends on whether I can talk her into coming on stream. We'll see what happens. I'll certainly be there. Yeah, we're going to have our Extra Life promotion this year starting on October 19th, the Friday, and carrying on through October 20th, the Saturday. And yes, we will have stuff.
So Thrones wants to know when we're going to release Rift complete lore compendium at barnesandnoble.com.
I think
First of all, we'd have to have Mizuki Ayu and Yukiyami write it, and then everybody here can edit it and add extra stuff in, because I'm fairly sure that they know more about Rift lore than anybody else. All right, so CM Morgana has put the link in there to extralife.org/t/tryon. Please do join us this year, and we're looking for creators to help us stream during that 24-hour period, so I'm going to be contacting you about that too. Oh, you're not supposed to? Oh! Yeah, you know, I do that all the time.
This is why Russ hates these quests.
No, this is why, as Rough Raptor said earlier, maybe you should, like, read the quest instructions.
No. I've read the quest instructions. I know these quest instructions.
Yes.
She made this quest.
Yeah, this is
we were just caught up in stuff that we weren't paying attention.
And this is another thing that we kind of stopped doing so much after Storm Legion, and, because... Yeah, like you get in the zone or you're stabbing things and casting spells on things, and then you forget, oh wait, I had to do a thing to that, and then you're just
a warlock.
Yeah.
Or you're a warlock and the damage keeps going.
Forever. I am a robot. Also, it's like you see one designer do something cool and different, and you're like, sweet, I'm gonna steal that, and you take their abilities and you do it for your thing, and then you don't realize that every other designer who is working on an area of the game has also done that, so now it's everywhere, and then everyone's sick of it.
I don't know. Everybody likes something different. I like having quests where I don't have to actually kill things, or where I can redeem them, or make them better, that sort of stuff.
But those are harder. Those are more time-consuming to make because we have the act of killing something in this game is hardwired into the core gameplay. Where the act of not killing someone that's more than just a talk requires a lot of work and design and balancing that other team members haven't done for you and given you the tools to do quickly. So that's why there's so many kill quests. It's because they're really easy to make. We can make kill quests.
Gotcha.
If someone has already populated an area, we can make a kill quest in a matter of minutes. Thinking up the name of the quest is probably the most time-consuming part of that point.
Mizuki asks, do you remember whose idea it was to put a flying Crucia into Ceratus as a targetable entity that actually damages the player?
That was Smellery.
Yeah.
He spent, I think, over a week on that. And it was really fiddly, and it took a lot of time, and it was really cool, but that makes it harder for us to replicate it in areas, because we can't just copy-paste it, we can't just bring it over, we can't just reuse the abilities. It was a lot of very fiddly work with splines, which... Yeah.
It was a very custom setup that made it work, and it was awesome. But it was just not something that we were able to replicate, like Captain Cursor said.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, which was.
So I have a physics-based question for you. That outfit, that mech outfit that you were just wearing. You notice how it had super pointy toes?
Yes.
And so does that one. How do they not sink into the dirt?
There's in the plane of air, they have hyper advanced. Precognitive divinity or divining neural networks that have learned how to balance it. So if you've ever watched any of those videos of like a computer learning how to make a thing walk, where it can change the thing, and it's like this horrible blob spike monster that goes, but he yet rolls across. It's something like that.
I see. Okay. Technobabble for the win.
No, it's techno truth.
And yes, the difference between Prime and Live is that Prime is a relaunch of Rift, and it is patron only, so you have to be a subscriber in order to experience life on Prime, whereas on Rift Live you can play for free all levels, all content, all best in slot equipment you can earn for free on Live. Although we do definitely thank the people who do support us by buying packs and items in Live, because it helps to pay for salaries for folks like that.
Wait, I get a salary?
Yeah, you do. You might want to ask your wife about that.
Okay.
Pretty sure you let her handle stuff like that, right?
Actor Phineas has a wife.
Does.
That's true.
He does.
Where do you think all the dialogue between him and Shyla came from?
Oh, right.
Oh, is
yeah,
that what it
that's
is?
right.
You just recorded your own arguments.
Spoilers. It's
No, if you stand in Halal, there are a number of dialogues between actor Phineas and Shyla, and some of them are directly inspired from
By your own conversations?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Very cool. Okay, we're almost ready to roll for the Twitch drops. I say
The
roll for
secret.
it, but I mean everybody's going to get it. If you've been watching for 15 minutes at least, and you have linked your Glyph account to your Twitch account, then you will get these drops. Because there's some magic that happens, which Morgana knows about, and I know nothing.
super magical.
Oh, Mizuki wants to know if we'll ever see Regulus's dragon form in game again. It's pretty nice.
So that has a lot of the same. I'm sorry. Clarify, please. The early dragon form that you saw
In Mythosia?
in Mythosia, or the later one you saw in Endless Eclipse. The dragon form from Mythosia you will probably not see, because that dragon does not have many animations and is kind of derpy when he's not kind of just doing that one.
I see. Okay.
The big version of Regulus from Endless Eclipse we have used as the basis of other giant boss monsters and raids that don't move, but because it's kind of immobile, doesn't get that much play in the open world, other than in that one Nightmare Tide dream sequence.
Hey, Morgana, more questions about the Twitch drops. If somebody logged in like 5 minutes ago, but they watched for the next 10 minutes, will they also get it?
Yep. 15
Okay.
minutes total.
15 minutes total during any period of time. Okay. So,
Do we
but
get
we're
to
not
read
staying
names, or
here.
just
No. It goes
everyone
to
gets
goes to everybody who has been in channel for 15 minutes and who has also linked their Glyph account.
Wow.
So that is super cool. And when do they get it? Like when does it actually? Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
This took forever too. Like
Yeah.
this was like the placement of the sun orb and Crucia and this. Yeah, there was a lot of work went into just the beginning of Paladin to get it just right.
And then when you started doing it, I remember that Myla had no cast animation.
Yeah.
So she'd punch in the air, and then a bolt would come out, and we're like, that doesn't look quite right.
Yeah.
We need to get at least a basic cast.
It looks like some people are getting it in game, so you may not get a pop up, but check your characters.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, and I have actually never seen this scene either.
Oh,
I
well,
admit.
I don't think I was here long enough to get credit. Oh, no, I did get credit.
Yeah. Again.
You will still never see the scene.
Yep.
That's what Julie was talking about before. Everything in these early areas is very fiddly, and you have to account for, we want to tell some narrative, and it's going to take, a minute and a half, but we'll let you fight stuff during it. But what if you come in late? What happens?
Wow.
Yep.
What if you're by yourself? Would that be too hard? What if you're with 50 people? Is that too easy? Do we care if it's too easy? Do we care if it's too hard?
Killer Loose EU says you get the item in mail. Cool. Yukiyami says the EE raid boss was an avatar created by the Shapers, right? Not a dragon.
I think that was probably closer to what his papa looked like. And dragon, I always have a very expansive view as to what that means. I think that the one in Endless Eclipse was a lot more terrifying than that little dragon that you saw in Mythosia. So I think, if anything, that was closer to how Regulus saw himself on his home plane, and the dragon form you saw was something he used to travel with.
Okay. So Naked Soup and says, I'm at work, can't log into Rift right now. Sad, I so want to be at home. The good thing is that if you have linked your Glyph account with your Twitch account and you watch this for 15 minutes, you're going to have the Raiment of the Storm Queen waiting for you when you get there.
I want to do that event if there's people in there. I love doing big things with Tactician.
Yeah.
Die! Okay.
No, we're not giving out Silver Tier unless Arconic says we're giving out Silver Tier Rough Rafters, even though I know that's really nice of you to suggest, but no.
Yep.
Not
Sorry.
going to happen. The prize for instead of having a rando prize on this stream that only a few people get, that's what you're getting is everybody is getting the Raiment of the Storm Queen. Marriage 2004 asks, does any of the content or storyline differ from live?
It differs from when we originally launched in some cases, but it doesn't differ from live. We did not fork an entire new. We didn't fork an entire new branch and redo a bunch of content. We tried to take what we had already in game, and we did some magic stuff to try to bring the balance and the difficulty around the same. Although it is not 100% what it was when Storm Legion launched, but Storm Legion might have been a little too hard when we launched.
Holy Roller has some questions about the packs that we're selling right now. I need to get some more detailed information about those and get a blog up on them. I'll try to get it up today or tomorrow. We'll probably get the Loke version up a little bit later. We were all gearing up so much for this launch that I don't think anybody made a Jira for a blog on the packs.
Here's
It's
my
so sad.
question.
Yes?
Here's my lore question. How come my gun has a soul?
Yeah. Why?
Complicated.
No. I'm leaving
It's
that to everyone who
complicated.
asks me these questions. Why does my gun have a soul? I'm gonna die again, aren't I?
Well, Mr. Wibble has an answer right away. I mean, magic is just science we don't understand yet.
If I said a wizard did it, y'all would hate me.
The outfit should not just be for live. Can anyone confirm that they got the Raiment of the Storm Queen on Prime? Because if not, we need to look into that. Because we are in fact celebrating the launch of this on Prime. No one on Prime yet. Okay, we shall have a look at that right after this stream. Namely that. Yep, if nobody's got it on Prime yet, we may have to come out with a bit of a workaround for that. Oh,
There you
congratulations, you finally
did it.
persevered.
Survived?
Yes.
No, I didn't. That was just a side quest. I was trying to fight the Storm Legion in their little base over there.
You need to go back to Ferric Harbor and turn in the Looming Storm.
I have to go back to Ferric Harbor?
I mean, I think
No,
you
I
can
go
turn it into him at
to
You could probably turn it into him at either location.
Oh, I do have to go back to Ferric
Sorry.
Harbor.
Another challenge of...
Oh, stupid Connor.
He was supposed to be like our dashing, sexy hero, but
He
we never
was,
got to
but
build him out the
No.
way I wanted.
Nor did well, we didn't have a special what do you call it? We didn't have a special model for him.
Yes, that's right. He was going to be a face character at one point with a special model.
A special voice
All right.
and all that. Actually, I think he is voiced in a few times, but he doesn't make any reappearances. Oh, I should help these people.
You should help these
I
people.
should,
They
but
probably appreciate that.
I will die.
Timber Ghost PhD says, what is wrong with magic as an answer? I hear that all the time from my calculus students. Yeah, that's about right.
Well, calculus is magic. I live with a young man who learned calculus before he hit high school, and I'm convinced he is a wizard.
Yes, can you please get him to work with us? That would be super cool.
Okay, funny story. I had him in this like enrichment camp after school where they taught math and they taught programming and everything. And so one of the things he had to do one day was he was going to program himself a game in JavaScript to learn all about JavaScript. And so he said, oh, I'm going to be like my dad, and I'm going to make an RPG. So he set out and he made this RPG, and it was like it was like Kingdom of Loathing type of thing where you just press buttons and everything. And he set it all out, and he programmed it, and he was so proud of it, and he ran it. And then he discovered that the rusty dagger that you got level 1, if you just spam clicking the thing as fast as possible, was the optimal strategy to success. And then realized he would have to redesign the entire thing. And then he just basically flipped the table and said, I don't want to do games. I'm going to be like a mathematician or program AI or something for a living, something easy.
Smartest way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We have 6 minutes left in the stream. So what is your must-see or must-do activity in Storm Legion, Julia?
Oh man, I mean, this is where we introduced onslaughts. I think onslaughts were.
Oh yeah.
I love onslaughts.
I mean, they're so much fun, especially if you get a group going.
Yep.
I really love those. I really like I like going in and seeing like the way, especially I know we're in Paladin right now, but I still think Cape Jewel is absolutely gorgeous, and I love wandering around the lush greenery of
We're only going to give you
continent.
starter zone answers because those are our zones.
But
so.
no, but I mean, it's and the oh gosh, I feel terrible.
Everybody's saying Volan in chat.
Volan is great.
Volan is very good.
Volan, I'm thinking of stuff like early on, like Volan is great. You know, once.
I love this city. I love this city. Look at it.
Oh yeah, no, the city is great. Like, I mean, Tempest Bay is a great city too.
Yeah, it is.
Aw, that's okay. You don't have to agree with me.
I've seen
but-
Tempest Bay so much, so
Yeah.
I've grown numb to its charms.
That's true.
I would live here or Toulon.
Yeah.
Dead Simon says he loved the domino puzzle in the pus swamp.
Yes.
Do you notice that we're all saying the things that we made?
That you worked on?
No,
That's
I
because
wanna
that's what
say-
you're inspired to do?
I want to say, and I feel terrible because Vlad would be disappointed in me, but the chronicle that his team did in where you go through the hive
thing, yeah.
thing. That is one of the greatest like quest lines sequences that we've done in Rift. I didn't have anything to do with it, but it's amazing and everyone should play it. I think it's in. Is it in Pus Swamp?
No,
I think it's in Arden Domain.
It's in Vervain.
Over in Vervain, but yeah, definitely check the Dream Hive. Thank you, Cloud. Yes, that's definitely one of the highlights of Storm Legion.
There you go. And for people who want to know how to get started in Storm Legion, Slipmat says that you just talk to the Lycini guy at the portal in your city.
Mm-hmm.
He's right next to you.
That is really pretty.
There's
too.
the Sun Orb.
Yeah.
Which,
So fun fact,
yep.
this was built for Plain Touch Wilds.
Yeah,
Really?
the original Plain Touch Wilds.
That's as much as they had gotten built, and then we went a different direction with stuff in that we didn't want to have other people working on more after after endgame zones, and wanted to instead build it out more. So we stopped on it, but that was mostly built, and so that was one of the things that got imported over.
Yeah,
So
wow.
ideas often never die; they just get repurposed and reincorporated to things.
Also, we can maybe talk briefly about how we had this uncanny knack of putting things in that early, like during development, that then by the time they come out look like they were intentional references to certain things.
Yes,
And
to other things.
Such as the random chaos of the development universe.
But cause this wasn't in Storm Legion, but everyone kept telling me I had to go see Interstellar, and I
Yes.
thought it was because it was about space and to bring my kids, and then I found out that what they really meant is that there was also a cosmologist man in it, and I'm like, oh great.
I laughed so hard. Probably everyone in the movie theater thought I was crazy. This is like, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But with the sun orb, this sun orb might remind you of maybe the opening of a certain medieval theme show. But that was kind of, I don't know that. I'm not sure. I think that might have been coincidence. Because I think when Game of Thrones premiered, it was after.
It was after.
That was made. Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
So
no, not it. Game of Thrones came out before this launched, but after the Sun Orb got made.
So there's cases like that happen.
See, I thought it was a homage.
SOH248 says, when will you take down the Mailforge Power Pack? I want to check the deadline for buying it. I haven't seen a takedown date yet. I'm hoping that we'll have at least like a 2 days worth of last chance to get it. Look for that post, that blog to go up. And I shall ask about that. Mailforge Power Pack.
Salvatrix says it was related, unless they're referring to something else.
No, Salvatrix was on the team that was doing the original Plain Touch Wilds.
Right, okay.
So.
Got it.
Fine.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I learned something
Salvatrix
today,
says
too.
it was an homage. It was part of the discussion, or she was part of the discussion of its concept, so
Nice.
that's cool. Very neat. Where are you going?
Oh, there's a blue talk to me thing. So when you go
Straight
talk
to
to
the
them.
top. It's probably, it's the portal.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, and that's good.
Can the Sun Orb translate with feature? Take me to Thomas Bay! Woo!
All right.
Not the haunted terminal!
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Is that?
Ah!
Yes, that is, whoa. You all right there?
It's haunted.
Have you been drinking?
You're giving me a headache. There you go.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Oh. Yeah.
You're not allowed to drive next time.
This is why I don't do 3D games either. I just can't even.
Sure you can. They've done studies.
No.
You just take 10 minutes doing it and it builds up.
Last question here.
spatial
We're
awareness.
done with the stream now, but last question from Yukiami. Why is it called the Haunted Terminal?
Okay, so.
Oh God, this is going to be an hour,
This is
isn't
going to
it?
be another thing. Originally, when we designed out Tempest Bay and it was connected to Paladine, I wanted it to be a big city with all the services and this massive thing and have some content in it. And so this was area that was going to go out and there was going to be things to do and everything. But then as scope got contracted, we realized that we needed to put it away from any other thing in existence so that it would render quickly. It got moved out to an island, and so there was no things to fight and everything on it. And so this extra area still existed, but we didn't know what to put in it, and we knew we were going to have to leave it blank. So, as typically I try to do sometimes, I just said, well, let's just make it seem empty, and we'll call it the Haunted Terminal. That's why there's no people around. And then Salvatrix came up later and said, maybe we should put some ghosts there. I'm just saying, since they exist. And yeah, that's the Haunted Terminal. But then we did that instant adventure for it, and now it's filled with evil boglins.
Okay. All right, guys, we are done. I hope you guys got here in time to watch 15 minutes worth so that you could get your beautiful raiment of the Storm Queen. We will look into it to make sure that we get it out to the folks on Prime as well. Thanks very much, and thanks for Morgana for running this for us. Thank you, Dark Moon. Thank you, Captain Cursor, for coming on in. Now we've both got tons and tons and tons of work to do.
Yep.
I think we'd rather keep streaming, but have a great time, all.
Bye.
Bye.